Okay, growing up we didn't have a lot of money. We had barely any. There were times where we couldn't have toilet paper or food in our house, and we didn't have a lot of money. My mom was a single mom and we struggled. So I got really good at being really creative. And we certainly couldn't afford games and things like that, but you gotta have something to do to entertain yourself. So again, I got good at being creative, and games was one that I really excelled at. So this channel's all about doing it yourself ghetto style. Alright, the first video we're gonna do is Battleship. Okay, the first thing you're gonna need to have is paper. This is just plain printer paper, but growing up we used just notebook paper with the lines. You're going to need 3 either markers, pens, crayons, it doesn't matter. I'm going to use a pen. You need a black pen, a red pen, and a blue pen. But in the past I have been known to use green and pink and orange, whatever you have, use. So these are the supplies that we're going to need to go ahead and make our own homemade battleship game. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is take our black pen and using our paper upright, we're going to fold the paper in half, hamburger way. Hamburger just means in half, the fat way. Then we're going to open it back up, and this is our dividing line. We're, with our black pen, going to draw across that fold. Okay, now what we're going to do is draw a box. You can use a ruler if you want, but it doesn't have to be straight. It's going to be a 10 by 10 grid. So you need to draw a box that's going to be big enough to hold 10 by 10. I tend to actually draw mine way too big, but it doesn't matter. Then you're going to draw your 10 boxes column-wise and 10 boxes row-wise. Okay, now that we've done our 10 by 10 grid, we're going to label them like the Battleship game does, with numbers on the top and letters down the side. So 1 through 10. And then A through G. I'm sorry, J. So now that we have them labeled, we need to do this exactly on the bottom. Okay, so I have both of my graphs, and this is essentially your battleship board. The top board is to keep up with hits and misses for your opponent. So I'm just going to write opponent down there to keep track. And then the bottom one is to keep track of hits and misses on your board. So this is your board. Now, at this point, you would actually need a highlighter, whatever color you want. I'm just going to get a yellow. And you're going to have to highlight on your board your ships. And the ships are in 5 4, 3, 3, and 2. These are your ship numbers, as in how many pegs on a normal board that each ship would have. So, first thing you're going to do is place your ships. I'm just going to go in order of 5, 4, 3, 3, 2. So, I'm highlighting 5 boxes to represent 5 pegs, and I'm going to color that in. Then I'm going to do 4. Then 3. Another 3. And a 2. Alright, so I've filled out my board with all of my ships. And at this point, your opponent should also have filled out their board. Then, you have your red and your blue. Your red pin indicates a hit, whereas your blue pin indicates a miss. What I like to do is an X for hit and a circle for miss. So for example, if my opponent said A1, they hit me, and I'll put a red X through it. And that corresponds if I had said F6 and I hit them, I would put a red X through it. Also, and then when they sank your boat, you would just put a box around it so that you knew that it was hit and gone and dead. Then the miss would be, let's say B4, a circle, a filled in circle. Same up here, a filled in circle. Okay, and that's it. That's how you'd play. When you're done, when you're sunk, and you can just create a new board. You could spend a lot of time making this look really pretty and straight and have a ruler and use lots of pretty colors and markers, but if you're going to be playing a lot of games, that's kind of silly to put that much effort into it. Then, let's say you want to do another game, just flip it over and so you don't waste paper. I hope that helped. I hope you guys enjoyed my first installment of Ghetto DIY. And I look forward to giving you some more ideas on how to be entertained and do things on the super cheap. Thanks. Bye.